Just before we get started with this video, I want to shout out all the people that submitted the Iceland JPEG decade-long challenge edits. They are incredible. There's over 80 submissions in total, so I've got a lot of work to do to kind of filter through them and highlight those edits and you guys who submitted them in the next video. But that is not going to happen in this video, but I wanted to shout you out and say thanks because the edits are incredible, super creative, and I'm looking forward to making that video. But this one is all about how much money I made in Q2 of 2020.
Why do we have to do this?
It's the 1st of July, Greg. First week. We have to do this. It was you who started the segment in the first place, so...
What was I thinking? It is time for the second installment of my quarterly income for Q2 of 2020.
And it's going to be painful.
Oh, and it all starts right now. Let's go. Alright, welcome back to the channel. That was a very dramatic introduction, but we have been joined by Miss Nellie Winter, aka Little Miss Sunshine, here in her own office, which I have taken over for this
I got
video.
kicked out of my office.
Just for like half of one day, but it's a much nicer space, I think, to be filming. So
yeah, it's great. The light is great, and we've got a new microphone as well. So.
New mic, if you haven't noticed, hopefully the audio quality is much better because the last couple of videos, oh my gosh, what am I doing? It's just like my finances, it's all train wreck.
It's okay, it's all the process.
Indeed. So this is my quarterly income to give you guys an idea of how much I have made in the last 3 months as a professional videographer and photographer working within the travel industry primarily. But as you guys are aspiring photographers and maybe even some videographers, this is a nice realistic view into how much a freelancer makes. And I'll give you a spoiler. It's not very much.
But I think it's interesting that there is still some income streams that you do have, even though there's absolutely no traveling happening at the moment and all your tours had to be postponed. So it is interesting.
Yes, as you guys know, the majority of my work is helping Brendan run these adventure photography workshops around the world. And as I used to work as a tour leader, it comes really naturally to me and I love doing that work. But given the current situation, all those tours that we had scheduled for this year have been postponed until next year. And a lot of people have just moved on to 2021 with us. So that's great. Those tours are still going to happen, including Mongolia with you.
Yeah.
And Cape Town as well, if you want to come.
Yeah.
But that's a different subject. Anyway, let's jump into the meat and the bones of it. So April, how much money did I make in April? I'm going to tell you the total amount at the end, but it's more of the income streams like you talked about.
Yeah.
Do you know what the first one is?
No, Teachable?
Yeah, good guess. Okay. Yes, so Teachable is the platform that I host my online course on, which is the same one that you just started.
Yeah.
Right? So it's also the one that Nick Page uses and Sorella Moore, and it's a very nice online sort of template platform to host online courses. So they pay me out once a month for the people that are enrolled in the course. We've got over 120 people enrolled now.
That's great.
Which is very cool. Yeah.
A lot of you watching probably.
I hope so. But yeah, that was big. I got paid out on the 1st of April from Teachable. Second one, this is a lot harder. I don't think you're going to get it.
Ooh, haven't you been working on a couple of German client projects?
I have.
The videos?
Yeah, but not in April. So I got paid out by Epidemic Sound, which is the only affiliate payment that I got, which I want to talk about in another video because I also use Soundstripe, which you use a lot, and they've actually reached out to me for an affiliate, and I think I might do that because I do use Soundstripe a lot more than Epidemic Sound.
Me too.
Okay, and the third one was YouTube, so that's a huge thanks to you for watching the videos, even though AdSense is a terrible, terrible rate, and I definitely don't make a lot of money given the amount of views on the videos, which isn't very high anyway, but it's about the balance between you know, the amount that you get per view. That's April, so only Teachable, Epidemic, and YouTube. So there's no client work there, right? That's a theme of this quarter and the next quarter and possibly the last quarter. So this the client work that I usually have is in tourism. So it's like hotels, like tourism consultants, tourist boards, travel destinations, tour operators, working with Brendan. And obviously a lot of that has dried up since April. And
yeah, I think even the tourism destinations that have opened up again, they're not going to be investing into creating content right now, even though they probably should, in my opinion, because they want to be ready for when tourism hits again. Mind you, it's not going to really hit. It's just going to slowly creep up on them, I think. But like, especially German clients, I think they're a bit more hesitant in that regard, that they don't want to jump into creating content right now because it seems all a bit slow and they don't know how it's gonna, like how fast tourism will start to pick up again.
Yeah, so that's April. Let's jump in to May.
And we're outside. Welcome back to the best garden in all of North Germany. And how much money did I make in May? Well, again, I'm going to tell you the whole total at the end of this video. But in May, I only got paid out 2 times. And again, a bit of a reoccurring theme here. The first one was from Teachable, from those enrolled into the online course. And the second one was from YouTube, which again is big thanks to you. But other than that, I didn't make any money in May. So just those 2 payments was the only income that I had in the entire month of May. So I was working in May, but I didn't make a lot of money that month. So hopefully the work that I did in May will pay itself forward in the next couple of months. But for the actual income streams, only 2 in May. June, and here's one you might recognize, the F4 road trip. T-Fuego, Nico McPage, Grumpton, and G-Master Fresh McHardcastle himself paid your boy. I got some money in June from the work that I did in January, and then a whole bunch of editing along with the other 4 dudes to be able to produce the F4 road trip for you guys. So that was an awesome project and one that's still ongoing. You can still purchase it at f4roadtrip.com. And I was happy to be a part of that, and I got paid out for it in June, which was sweet. Also in June, I made money through Teachable once again, the online course. So thank you to you for signing up. YouTube, of course, as always, it's like once they become reoccurring like this, it's only a good thing. So hopefully more people will sign up to the course and we'll see value in that. And hopefully you keep watching these videos so I get paid out by YouTube. And also Epidemic Sound came back. So that was kind of nice. I got my affiliate from Epidemic Sound. And then this is a new one. I got commissioned by a group of consultants here in Germany to edit some videos for them, which was really nice. That was a good chunk of change that I made at the end of June, which kind of rolled out the end of the quarter. But that's it. Let's jump back inside and I'll share with you how much money I made in total in the second quarter of 2020.
And we're back inside. So that is the overview of my income streams from the last 3 months.
It's not actually all that bad.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of repeating features, which is nice. I mean, it's not. But the one thing that I've learned as a freelancer is you have to diversify your income streams.
Absolutely.
And that is way easier said than done, because at this point, I've only really got like 2 or 3 that are like consistently repeating themselves. I'd love to have like 10.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge. It's really, really hard. And one of the things that we've been talking about that's also really difficult is staying consistent, especially on YouTube with these videos. So one of the things that we mention is consistency is key. And you want to touch on why that's hard?
Oh, there's a number of different factors. So I think in general, it's hard if you have to make money at the same time. So if you have a real job or a part-time job, or if YouTube is not your main income source, then it's hard to create content at the same time because it's time consuming. And it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of inspiration. You need to be inspired to create content, at least in my mind. I don't see the point in creating just because I want to be creating with no, I guess, idea or no reason behind it. Yeah,
it can be. Consistency is key is one of the chapters from the Introduction to YouTube for Video Creators, which is the online course, which some of you guys have enrolled in, which makes me money every month. So thank you very much. It's not very expensive, but it definitely goes a long way on this end. And the consistency is key. There's a couple ways that you can battle the problem of staying consistent on YouTube. And one of them is to have a consistent structure. And this video is the perfect example of that. So every 3 months, I want to make one video that gives you the transparent truth and honesty about how much money I make in a quarter. So that's my quarterly income. Every 3 months, I've been doing that for the last year and a half.
Yeah, it's almost like a category.
Yeah. And that's one example of how you can have like a structure to be consistently uploading to your YouTube channel. And that you can even have a structure broken down into your vlogs with like an introduction, let's go, into a body, into a like conclusion. It's just very much depends on what you want to structure your video on. Now, another one that I think is a good example that we touch on in the course is your upload schedule. And that's something that you're really good at, especially when it comes to social media.
Yes, but that's not YouTube, I guess. But it kind of is, yeah.
It can be.
Having a schedule is really important because you can plan content ahead. You can also plan ahead which content works when. So, for example, in summertime, less people are on YouTube, so you might want to not upload super intense content during the summertime. That's just one example. But it might also work. Like, it's not like this is a set, guideline on how to upload or form your schedule. But having the schedule is great because you can plan your videos around maybe other content that you're creating and around maybe digital products that you are creating, like your online course. And yeah, it just gives you an overall better idea of when you need to be producing what, and also gaps in between of when you're maybe not producing.
Yeah, so upload schedule for sure. And having a structure, and then a couple of other examples that we highlight in the course is repeating video features, which is a big one, and then utilizing other social media platforms to stay consistent with sharing your videos on YouTube. And we go into a lot more detail about that in the actual online course. So if you're interested in signing up, a link in the description. All right, let's take it back outside for the moment that you've all been waiting for. How much money did I actually make in quarter 2 of 2020?
Well, all right. The total amount of money that I made at the end of quarter number 2, 2020 is 5,127 euros and 8 cents. That is not bad. It's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I can't remember how much exactly I made in quarter 1, but I think it was probably pretty close to quarter 2 here. So yeah, it's really not that bad. I mean, if I could make over 5,000 euros every quarter, that would be maybe somewhere around minimum wage, and I'd be okay with that, I guess. But obviously I'd like to make more, and I think that there is a lot of potential in my business to make more. So that is a conversation for another day. But let me know in the comments your thoughts on that amount for the second quarter. Let me know if you think it's good or what your take is, because I'm interested in your opinion, and I hope that you're open with me sharing exactly how much I made. It'd be a good idea to probably tell you how much I spent as well. So maybe I'll do that in another video, maybe next quarter. But yeah, that's how much I made. Let's jump back inside, get Nellie's opinion on that, and see what she thinks.
So I'm glad you're still here with us, and that was a little bit more money than I expected it to be. Congrats.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm happy about that. I guess you could compare that to how much you made in the last 3 months. I know it's obviously different for everybody, including many of you watching this video. But for me, it's not like what I was kind of after. You know, I'm hoping to make more than that.
It's not like sustainable in the long run.
No,
either,
especially if you want to buy a house and get a mortgage and whatever. It's like I need to be making more money, I think. So I need to diversify my income streams and create more digital products that have value, like the intro to YouTube for video creators. And just kind of keep brainstorming ways to make money and contact some of my old clients and pitch and just put myself out there as a freelancer. So there are ways for you to support the channel if you like. We've got memberships available. You can click join to spot me a coffee on the month. It's really not a lot and goes a long way on this end. There are currently 29 members signed up.
Oh, great.
I know. It's very cool. So thank you.
Very
If you're a
cool.
member, you get a little badge beside
That's a
your
lot
name.
of coffee.
Yeah, it is. Which is great, actually. Yeah, a lot of espresso.
I'm sure you drink way more than that.
And the other way, of course, is to enroll in the Introduction to YouTube for Video Creators. So linked in the description below will take you right to the Teachable homepage of my first ever online course.
Where you can learn more about consistency is key.
Exactly, and many other things about YouTube if you're interested. And it's only 29 euros for the base package, which is like not very expensive in my mind. So that goes a long way and has a lot of value. So that would be great to see you there. If you've got any questions or comments, throw them in the comments below. And we're working on the second online course, which I haven't really touched on the channel. So I still need to do a lot of work, so maybe I won't touch on that. But I think some of you have also already seen a little bit of it, but we're definitely working towards more digital products that create value for you to diversify my income streams.
And passive income as well.
I guess it's not really passive, like you have to do a lot of work to be able to get
Yeah,
that
but once
income.
you have it out there, it's passive.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I still have to update it and stuff too, though. But
That's true. But digital products,
products, yeah. And if you speak German, check out Nelly's course. Or if you don't speak German, you can just try and understand what she's saying.
Yeah, great idea. No,
Google
don't do
Translate the whole
that.
thing. But yours is quite good too, and it's brand new, which is awesome.
That's right, but it's on social media management, not on video production or YouTube.
Right.
So, I don't know if you're interested in that.
No, I think a lot more people are than you think.
Yeah.
It's a great course.
The
value
future for
is there.
businesses, that's for sure.
All right, so that's the end of our video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we will
See you in the next one.